This episode of the Trek Geeks podcast is brought to you by the Trek Geek Shop. Now you can help support our show and get yourself some cool Star Trek gear at the same time. Check out our line of t-shirts, mugs, hats, and other items for your inner Trek geek at shop.trekgeeks.com.
Check. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Chuckity chuckle, the chocolate chicken. Hey, this is Chuck Huber, Dr. Leonard McCoy from Star Trek Continues. I'm a doctor, not a DJ. But I know that you are listening to the biggest little show this side of the Alpha Quadrant. It's the Trek Geeks podcast with Bill Smith and Dan Davidson.
Yes, it is. Hi.
Hi. It's time to match the stars. Dan Davidson. Dan Davidson. Dan Davidson. And some schmuck named Dan Davidson.
Or Bill Smith.
No, he's not in this show.
Oh, I thought you said schmuck.
A schmuck named Dan Davidson.
Oh, all right.
Apparently you're deaf, too.
Oh, so.
You okay? You need a breather?
I'm good now. I got to start fasting in 45 minutes.
Why do you have to fast?
I got blood work tomorrow. Don't. Just don't. Don't be mean. Cholesterols and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was supposed to have it today, but I didn't fast. I forgot. So I called them this morning and said, can we do this tomorrow? And they said, sure.
Toyota of Nashua had my car all day. And looking for my intermittent climate control problem where the fan goes from high down to nothing. Mm-hmm. Couldn't duplicate it. Said, yep, nothing I can do. He said, well, how do we fix this? So, well, you got to bring it in when it's happening. I said, it's intermittent. I've said that word about 30 times with them in the 3 visits I've made. And not once have they trapped the word intermittent in my comments.
Oh, my God.
So all the tech would get is fan doesn't work.
So then he check it for 10 seconds and it's fine.
Yep. Today they apparently had it all day and hooked up a monitor to it. And said, well, yeah, we didn't notice it. I said, well, it could have happened when you left it unattended. So I spent a half an hour at the dealership after work today saying, well, guys, help me help you. How do I prove to you that this is happening? Because getting it to your dealership while it's happening is like winning the lottery.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, there's really not a whole lot you can do. It's like, well, what I can do is videotape every time it happens and post it all over social media and tag you guys.
That's awesome.
When I said that, it was right after that they actually brought out the manager of the service department. It was amazing. And he was much nicer to deal with.
Oh, my God.
I'm making friends, buddy.
You are good at that, man.
How do I sound tonight?
It sounds fine. I don't hear any real difference.
I turned down the volume for me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That might impact it some.
I think it sounds okay. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. You look charming.
Thank you.
I just went from 6 to midnight.
It's the 5K walk I did yesterday with my wife. It was thrilling.
You sounded like you were dying yesterday.
What? What are you talking about?
You texted me. You sent me one of those Facebook voice messages. You're like,
what?
Kills talk? That's not what we came to Vulcan for, is it?
Could you play that right now, please? Because I don't believe I ever sent you that.
I deleted it.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm not on that computer.
You don't delete anything.
That's not true.
I call you out on something and you go, well, check your chat message from 17 months ago. It's in there.
Well, Facebook actually lets you keep that stuff. I can't help it if you don't read.
I don't type good either.
So, well, you don't type well.
I don't talk too great neither.
So I'm thinking that when LeVar Burton did that Kickstarter for Reading Rainbow, you're one of the people that should be benefiting, is what I'm hearing.
Wow. No child left behind, man. Ba-boom.
Bammo. I think
Sorry,
it's so... Go ahead.
I was just texting my mother. She was calling, and I said, sorry, I can't talk. I'm on a podcast right now. That was lens flare.
Dude, it was like you were shining one of the TNG palm beacons right into the camera. It was like this.
Do you have the game?
What game?
The game. That's what.
The Wesley one? I have to say, last year at STLV, that cosplay that Claire did of the game was awesome.
The game. Yeah, it was very good. Shout out to Claire.
Hey, Claire.
Hey.
Hey.
Bing bong.
I hear you.
There we go. I didn't hear your mellifluousness.
Hey, hold on 2 seconds. I got to go grab my phone.
Okay.
To get my challenge code to log into Google.
Okay, take your time.
I'll be right back.
All right. Now that you stepped away from your desk, I hope you're recording this so I can tell you just what a complete buttwad you are. Yeah, that's what I said. You're a buttwad. But you're my buttwad, so I guess it's all right. You know, you started this adventure, and I'm just along for the ride. And I got to thank you, Bill, because if it wasn't for you, we'd never be where we are today. I got to say that. I'd like to sing a song to you, or about you, or to you at some point. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because you're not here to enjoy it. So I'm just going to sit here and drink my margarita with strawberries and pure, real clementine juice in it. It's very tasty, I might add. See, here you go. Ah, that's very good stuff. It's very nice. I hope you had a good day today. We drove back from Nashville. It was a very lovely day. A little gray, but nice. Red Sox won. You know, that's good too. It looks like you have a vacuum right behind your desk. And now that you're sitting in front of the desk, you're sitting down now and you've got a funny looking grin on you. And I just love everything about you. It's just been a great time the whole time. I hope you're recording.
You've been talking for 2 minutes straight because I see it in the waveform.
How are you?
Good. So I got an email last night that somebody tried to reset my Facebook password.
Oh, lovely.
So I turned on two-factor authentication for both Facebook and Google.
Yep. Good idea.
And I forgot that my phone was downstairs to use the Google Authenticator app.
Yep. I use that at work. I got it on my phone. Yep.
So here I am.
It's nice to see you. Hey, speaking of phones, I got something I want to tell you. And I figured, why not talk about it in our possible outtake so I can get your real-time reaction?
Yeah.
I'm up for a new phone next month with my new plan. I'm going Android.
Wait. So you, who has done nothing but laud the praises of Apple, saying how much you love your iPhone and Android
I don't think I've ever said that Android
I do, but okay. How Android sucks, let's put it that way. And the Android phone couldn't be a tenth as good as your iPhone was.
I'm gonna give you my reasoning for it, and then I'll be interested in getting your response. I've got an iPad. Love the iPad. Not going to change to any type of other tablet. I get everything I want. What's that?
See that you don't.
I shan't, and I would ask you to cease and desist while I'm talking, hater. Don't be a drama queen, and don't be like some other low-end podcast and just talk over me.
Well, then how about go yourself?
But I'm not going to switch to an Android tablet, so I've got the Apple version of what I like in the tablet. But the stuff that I like to use for Apple, whether it be iTunes or the movies or iMessenger, everything, I'll have in the tablet. I'll just go Android phone. Galaxy 7 is what I'm looking at right now. Possibly the Edge. I have to decide what I'd want better.
The Edge, I've seen it. I can't think of a compelling reason to spend that much more money just to get it.
Here's why I might. Because when I'm on call at work for work and I have my phone sitting like this on my nightstand, if I get a message or an alert comes through, I can just look at it right here instead of having to reach over, pick it up, and read what's going on.
Aren't you gonna
That would be the only thing.
Aren't you gonna have to put on your spectacles?
No, I wouldn't have to. I don't think so.
So you had the LASIK surgery? Because I know you're blind as a bat. What about your hearing aid?
Keep going. You're on a roll. Anything else?
No, I'm asking questions because these are things that I'm concerned about.
My eyes are okay for the most part. I did have LASIK surgery. They are not as strong as they used to be, and I do have a hard time seeing small text, but I've never really had a problem on my phone. I'd have to see what it looks like on the edge. And as for hearing aid, I have a selective hearing problem, which means I usually just ignore what I don't want to hear, like you.
What?
Exactly. Yes, exactly right.
What's up there, Slappy?
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
You usually say that. That's how we start the show. It's all ruined. Now we got to start over.
No.
Okay. Hi.
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 How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
It's raining.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Oh, jeez. Like a lot.
Yeah. How was your day?
Check. Right. My day was fine. How was graduation?
It was very good. It was moved indoors because of the possibility of bad weather, and it did start raining while we were in there. It was very nice. It was good.
Good.
Becca was all excited. Looked great. We had front rows, parents, and Sue and I were lucky and had front and center. It was great.
Your video froze there, buddy. You look like you're mid-orgasm or something.
All right. Well, let me shut off my video then. Better?
You're still frozen. I'm going to send you the screenshot of what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's weird. All right. I just stopped the video, so hopefully that's better. Very strange.
Yeah, you're definitely doing some audio artifacting tonight.
Huh. That's weird. We don't have anything else going on. You want anything online right now?
No.
Videoing or anything like that? She's just Facebooking.
Your face is Facebooking.
Could be weather related. Sometimes that happens up here because it's Maine, you know.
Stone knives and bearskins?
Yeah, exactly. And it's how much? 52 degrees? 22 degrees, yeah. Oh, my God. My parents were up here yesterday, and it was 80-something in Nashua, and when they got up here, it was like 66, and he was saying that it was going to start snowing pretty soon and everything. What a goober. Hey, Dad, you're a goober.
Wow. Wow, you think you'd have more respect for the man that
I have a tremendous
give you life.
Tremendous amount. But he's a goober because it was 66, not 26.
I'm sending you the photo in Facebook chat right now.
Okay. I just put the ring on. Or
oh, wait.
What you drinking tonight?
Melonhead.
Excellent. I'm going to turn video on again, see if that helps. If it's any better.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good day.
What sounds it?
I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, no kidding, man. Me either.
I
am in no mood for this.
No mood for this. Can we just start ringing in the cash here, and so we don't have to go to work anymore?
Ring in the cash where? On the podcast?
Yeah.
You realize that 99.99% of podcasts don't make money, right?
We're that 0.01, baby. Cha-ching.
No.
No. Not with this voice, and definitely not with that executive producer.
You know who is part of the 0.01?
Who?
Shows like Hardcore History that have 6 million downloads per episode.
Ooh, well, we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get on it. Let's get some new ideas going. Come on, Mr. Man.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
How's it going there?
You got a glow face.
There's this giant blue light on this microphone.
Yes. You're like borging out on me.
Identify for retina scan. Kirk. Admiral James T. Now there's blue spots everywhere.
Yeah. Wow, that's something.
How do I sound?
You sound pretty good.
Yeah?
For you.
Wow.
Wow. So, how's things?
Good.
Okay, good.
How's your rock?
I couldn't do it. We could only move it about a foot. We're going to have the crew that shows up tomorrow do it. It's giant.
The crew?
Well, the people that are coming to install the fence around the house, they'll have enough people to move it. Yeah. Yeah, my posse's coming to get it.
I have a hard time believing you have a posse.
Oh, it's Maine. They're everywhere. Oh, that's possum. Sorry.
God. I don't know why I laughed at that because it was so stupid.
But it was me, so,
What you drinking there?
I got a blueberry lemonade.
What?
With blueberry vodka with,
okay.
With pomegranate lemonade in it.
See, now knowing you, that makes far more sense.
See? It's pretty.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. What are you drinking? A little Shipyard?
Iced coffee.
There you go. Getting all wired.
I was ready for a nap earlier.
Yeah. I got to say, Sue and I just had a fantastic dinner. Just had a light, just BLTs, just cooked up some bacon, but we watched Take Me Out to the Holosuite.
Nice.
Yes. No player shall at any time make contact with the umpire in any manner. The prescribed penalty for the violation is immediate ejection from the game. Rule number 4.06, subsection A, paragraph 4. Look it up, but do it in the stands. You're God.
Now confess something. Did you memorize that, or are you reading it off of IMDb?
I did memorize it. No, I didn't. But I've watched that scene 100 times. It's awesome. That is one of my favorite Odo scenes in the entire series.
I only wish that you could say it as Guy Fieri.
I probably could. Well, no player shall at any time make contact with an umpire in any manner.
Here at Triple D.
We're talking Niners, Romulans, and Warp Drives. No.
Sure.
There we go.
So tonight we're Abby-less tonight. She's doing a night at boarding as an acclimation visit because she's trying one of the private suites.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to go out for dinner because we don't do that very often.
That's fantastic.
So we went to the Flavor of Australia, and by that I mean the Outback Steakhouse.
Oi, crikey.
Crikey, mate. And so we get there and we look at the drinks because we're like, you know what? It's been a week, and it's only Monday. So let's have a drink. So we both ordered a key lime pie martini.
Oh, my.
That sounded great until the waiter came back and dropped us off margaritas.
Okay.
Not the same.
I don't think so. I would not think so.
And then we pointed out, and he looked at us like a deer in the headlights, and it was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a similar situation like that today. I have one of my prescriptions. I started the mail order reorder process like 2 weeks ago, and it's just been problems for some reason. It hasn't gotten sent out, and I had to call, and then I had to call my doctor's office, and they had to call them back, and they got it all situated. And finally, the 21st of June, apparently it had mailed.
Oh my God!
I haven't gotten it yet. So I get on the chat function today, and I'm looking. I'm trying to pull up the information, and I find the information, and I'm talking to the lady, and she gives me a tracking number, and says, yeah, it shipped out on the 21st. I said, good.
Yep.
But before I could actually get the tracking number, we closed the chat window, and for some reason it shuts it off, so I didn't see it. But she said, here's a tracking number. It shipped out on the 21st by Mail Interventions, which is just another UPS outlet. So I'm like, all right, so damn it. So I get back online. I get into the chat window again, and I get a different agent this time. And she goes, oh, I gave her the prescription number. No, it showed that got canceled because it was trying to be filled too soon. And I'm like, no, that's not the case. I was just talking to one of your people online, Abigail. She gave me the tracking number. She told me when it shipped out. She told me how it shipped out. Can you please re-verify? And she's like, I'm sorry, sir. I don't see anything here. I'm like, are you that incompetent? I just talked to her 5 minutes ago on this chat window.
Wow.
She wouldn't help me. So she gave me, well, you'll have to call one of our escalated advisors. Here's the 800 number. I'm like, you really need to do a better job than you do because Abigail is running circles around you right now, is the last thing I said to her.
Wow.
So I call the 800 number. I enter in my information. I don't even enter in what the prescription is. It gives me the prescription number, the tracking number, the date it was shipped, how it was shipped by, and the estimated arrival date is tomorrow morning. Just unbelievable. And then to top it off, I go and I pulled in the tracking number and it says it was delivered on Saturday.
What?
Just unbelievable. I love the power of technology.
What the? Hey.
This was not written for chiefs. Hear me. Among my people, we carry many such words as this from many lands, many worlds. Many are equally good and are well respected, but wherever we have gone, no words have said this thing of importance. In quite this way, look at these 3 words, written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, we the people. That which you call e plebnista was not written for the chiefs or the kings or the warriors or the rich and or the powerful, but for all the people. Down the centuries you have slurred the meaning of the words we the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. To ourselves and our posterity do ordain and establish this Constitution. These words and the words that follow were not written only for the Yangs, but for the Khans as well. They must apply to everyone, or they mean nothing. Do you understand? Bill's a jerk, and he is ugly too, and Bill's a jerk. Hey, buddy, I love that Skype ring.
Wow. That's what you were singing it to. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, you know, we don't have the bing bong anymore. Anymore. Like
Anymore.
Phil Collins would say. No more. No more. No.
Yeah, your echo's back.
Huh. I don't know why.
It's usually when you go rogue that it happens.
Huh. All right, well, I'll stay on course then.
And I'm not sure why the blue light on your microphone is blinking.
I'm not either. I'm glad you can see that. I can play with some stuff here and see what I can figure out.
Yeah.
It's still blinking, no matter what I choose for settings.
You just got really echoey there.
Did it? Is it still?
No, it planed out.
Okay.
It's it's hard to tell. Hey, is your Skype set to automatically manage your recording volume?
It might be because I haven't used it in so long. Let me check that.
Maybe that's it.
Let me check. Let me check with options. Going into options, checking audio settings. Automatically adjust speaker settings, but not microphone settings. I'm going to take off automatically adjust speaker settings.
Yeah, take both those off.
Yeah. All right, they're both off now.
Shut these off. Shut these all off.
Yeah, everything was going good till the microphone was shut off by dickless here.
Is that true? Yes, it's true. This man is no...
Hey, I wonder what they're going to say in that line in the new Ghostbusters because, right. Hey, I've got a question for you.
Because it's not funny?
Oh, that's true, too. Let me ask you a question. You're the executive producer. And seriously, you're the executive producer of the Trek Geeks, a Star Trek podcast, correct?
You don't even know the name.
I'm going to start this over. Let's back up.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I got a serious question for you.
Oh, boy.
You are the executive producer of Trek Geeks, a Star Trek podcast, correct? You have produced executively the last 66 episodes, give or take.
Plus various other special content.
Exactly. So next week we have one planned, but since it hasn't actually happened yet, are you not the executive producer?
You got to warn me before you're going to go off on a Burnett rant.
Well, I'm the director unless I don't want to be the director, so it all depends on what day it is. So
No, I'm the director when I'm only actually directing something. Then I'm not the director. It's really not that hard. Hi, Sue.
Oh, Bill says hi. She made me drink. I know what to do.
Hi, doggies. Hi, doggy. Doggy, 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 doggy. I see a tail wagging. And I see that blue light on your microphone. And I hear you ranting and raving in the background.
Can you hear me?
Only partially. Oh my God, you're taking forever. Just get over it. Come on. No, but you do a great podcast, even if you are a dummy.
All right. Well, I'm figuring this out here. I'll put these headsets back on, but then I'll.
Oh, welcome back.
Hi. Did you hear me? Could you hear me talking to you?
Not the whole time.
Good, because I was.
It sounded like you were just ranting and raving about things.
I was ranting at your face, talking about you and your insidiousness.
Right. By the way, Genius, is the sound on your phone off?
Yes, it is. I took care of that before right when I sat down to work on my album cover 20 minutes ago, so it's been off for a while. So you can just put your smugness back in your back pocket and sit on it. Potsy.
Sit on it, Potsy. So, Toyota of Nashua.
Oh, boy.
While you're doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I go back there after I have lunch with my wife because I had her car for a little bit so I could putz around town and go to the driving range.
Yep.
And it gets to be about 2:30-ish. And I walk up to the counter and I said, "Hey, could I get a status?" He goes, "Yeah, we had to order a blower motor." And I'm like, "We couldn't have done this before the 4 other times I was here for this?" Well, yeah, that video you provided was really kind of interesting.
Oh, my good Lord. I'm having some trouble here.
Just with a lot of things.
I can't open this thing.
What is it?
It's another set of headsets that I can hopefully plug in. They're just buds, but I'll plug them into the jack and see if they work.
Hey, bud.
Hi, buddy. There we go.
It sounds like you just shattered it into a gajillion pieces.
Gajillion. That's a great word. Let me see. Do I have a headset jack? Oh, there it is. There it is. We'll see if this works. Because, it's I want to make you happy. Because, oh boy, what was that? Something just went flying. I don't know what it is. I don't care.
Apparently.
Care, mister. All right, I'm going to take these headphones off and see what we got.
Unplug them.
I know. Thank you.
I've only had to tell you 6 weeks in a row.
Can you hear me now? You prick. Oh, wait a minute. The microphone's still plugged in.
I could. Yeah, you idiot.
All right, talk to me. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
That's because I didn't say anything, you moron.
La 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 la.
La 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 la. How about now?
I can't hear you though, so that's good. I'm thinking.
Do. Do you have it plugged into the right thing?
IDT.
I can't see you.
That's I can't see you, and that's not a bad thing.
Wow. Now that was a move.
Well, you know, we should let the listeners know that this is the first time that we'll be recording without seeing each other's faces, and I can already tell it's going to be probably the best podcast we've ever done because I won't be nauseous.
Well, already that's a lie because we've done it plenty of times before.
Well,
why are you lying to the listeners?
We always start a little video at some point. We've always had a little video of the two of us at some point. Always, every episode. Except the ones that we've been in person. And that's
except
worse.
For when we talk to guests.
Yeah, but then we turn video off. We've started at least with video.
You're full of lies.
Wow. I don't I don't work at a warehouse that is a studio and a warehouse and a studio.
Maybe you should.
Wow.
True believer.
Hashtag.
God, I wish Paramount and CBS would put out the type of Star Trek we want to see, finally.
I know. They just don't get it. They've just been just ignoring us for so many years.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, they have, not you.
Huh?
Yeah. See? Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. You just be quiet.
Thank you.
Did you have a good day?
Sure. I went and saw Beyond again.
I know you did, you jerk. Did the missus like it?
Yeah, she thought it was okay. She has a hard time watching movies with very quick cuts.
Oh, yes.
And so there were times where this was distracting. We saw it in regular 2D. We didn't see it in IMAX or 3D or anything like that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So.
Well, good.
How about you? How was your day?
It was good. Let me go back to that for just 1 second before we get to my day. Did you like it better the second time?
Equally.
Nice. Good.
The emotional moments were still emotional.
Yeah. I was going to say because I remember the first day we met and we became friends and it was pretty cool. And then the second day, I knew it was just going to be awful.
What does that have to do with Star Trek Beyond?
Well, the seeing it twice thing. It was good the first time. Was it still good the second time? And the answer was yes. So that's good.
Oh, so that's a feeble attempt at making a joke at my expense.
Very feeble, but any joke at your expense is still worth it.
Wow, somebody's had a bug crawl up his ass tonight.
No, we haven't done a podcast for a week, so I miss you, pal.
That's how you miss me. That's how you miss me. What are you drinking?
I got a strawberry lemonade blueberry vodka drink.
Is that its technical name?
No, the Svedka vodka is a strawberry lemonade flavor, and then I throw my blueberries and my mixer in with it. It's very good. It's a summery drink.
Maybe you should give it a name.
I'm gonna call it the. I can't call it the Warp Core Breach, can I? That's already taken.
You could, in theory.
How about a plasma conduit?
The Nexus ribbon.
That would be good. Nexus ribbons be nice. All right, I'll think of something. There's no coconut in it, so I can't have any fun with that.
Thank God.
Wow.
All right, and we're recording.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Dan. So you were
okay.
You were up until 2 a.m. packing. You know, it's not even the night before yet, right?
I know. But I got to get up really early tomorrow, so I wanted to make sure I didn't have to do anything tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to get up at 5 to do my tickets, and then I have to be at work. So I want to make sure that I had nothing to worry about tonight, and I can just go to bed early.
Did you pay for early bird check-in?
No, I never do that.
Oh, you should.
it's not. It doesn't. There's so many people that do it now. It's not worth it to me.
It actually is, because all those people doing it mean that if you're still waking up at 5 to do it, you're going to be behind all of them.
Oh, I know. If I'm going to do it, I would do it at the time of the purchase. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to do it. I just never use it. Besides, I know you've got it, so I'm sitting next to you.
No. I'm going to go on southwest.com right now and change my reservation.
Wow. Reservation for what?
It's just a flight.
Vegas. We're going to Vegas.
Bounce. That's like name that tune. I could do that in one note, Alex. Of course, Alex doesn't host it, but you know what I mean.
That's all right. That's all right. My sister still to this day swears that Alex Trebek was in Star Trek Insurrection.
What?
Yeah, it's hysterical. She
As
swears.
who?
One of the Sona. One of the guys, like at the, when they're stretching out the Admiral's face at the end. One of the people at that table before that actually happens. And it's like, no, it's not him. And she swears it is. It's hysterical. That's right, Don. I'm calling you out on the Star Trek podcast. Thank you.
On the Star Trek podcast?
The Star Trek podcast.
You don't even know the name of your own show?
I do know the name. I just said
what
Star Trek. Trek Geeks, a Star Trek podcast.
Well, you just read it off a screen somewhere.
I've actually, my screen right now shows Zencaster, so.
Yeah. Right. And what does it say in big capital letters? Trek Geeks.
Oh, you put yourself as Trek Geeks, I see.
That's the name of the account.
Oh, okay. Well, see, you don't give me access to that, so.
Because there's no way to give you access.
Oh, you could give me access if you want.
No, I couldn't.
You wouldn't want
Not
to?
with
anyway.
that attitude.
Uh-huh.
Jerk face.
All right. Let's do it. It is so hot in here. Whew. Sweating.
Hey, I noticed had no power today.
That's true.
All right, let's do this. Get it done.
Yep. All right.
You're doing a great job, kitten.
Thank you. Talking Trek, so I got the name of that so I won't forget. Okay. Details. I got the Star Trek details. Box office update. Don't need that. Don't need that. I think I got everything I need. Do you want me to Audacity or you think we're good?
I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Do we have any outtake yet?
Maybe if I go through the norm stuff, but not necessarily.
Okay. I don't know if we had much this week.
So I'm watching Highlander this week.
Yes, I saw that Facebook post.
I watched the first one. It was good.
Was it? Did you have Sean Connery talking to you?
Sean Connery. Greetings, Highlander. And he's got
to the Marx Brothers.
he's supposed to be from Egypt, but yet he's got a Latino name.
Oh, it's kind of like, Benedict in the Darkness.
In fact, let me read you his name. Because I was like, what? And of course, he sounds Scottish.
Yes.
So he's a Scottish guy who's supposed to be from Egypt, yet, has the following name.
McGintock Waffle. Sorry.
Might have to cut that. Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
That's his name in Highlander?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Highlander in 20 plus years, and I never realized that was his name.
It's been 30 years since it came out this year.
Wow. That's amazing.
And then I watched Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Yeah.
In which he also makes an appearance.
Is Dr. Bashir in that one, and he tries to save everyone from the quickening? Oh, no, sorry, wrong episode.
No. Pretty sure he's not. Yeah, I'll go back and look. Clancy Brown is in the first one. He's great in everything he's in.
Who's he?
He's in Shawshank Redemption.
Yes, okay, that's the guy I thought. He was the bad guy in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yep.
He's also in, is he in 48 Hours?
No, but I know who you're talking about. He was in, what's the name of the town where the Headless Horseman is in?
Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, he was in Sleepy Hollow.
He was in an episode of Enterprise.
Yep.
Yep, I know. I like that guy. He's a good actor.
Oh, yes, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's at his 80s goodness in Highlander, but Highlander 2, The Quickening, it's not terrible, but it's not great.
Is Connery in that one?
He is, actually.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I'm going to have to rewatch it. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
That's where I watched it.
All right.
But I think you have to be a subscriber.
Yeah. So
and I am. I'm in the club.
Some Highlander props for Mr. Lau.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. What was the phrase when they were going to kill him?
There can be only one?
There can be only one, yeah. Okay.
My wife and I actually say that around the house all the time when somebody talks about there being one of something.
That's kind of interesting.
I don't think either of us really realized we were quoting Highlander.
Right. And then there's also that dragon movie that the Last Dragon, I think it's called. I forget, but he's the voice of the dragon. And he says, I am the last one. So that's kind of neat.
The Last Dragon... The Last Dragon is a really campy, cheesy 80s movie about Bruce Leroy, who is the first African-American kung fu master. It's a movie actually produced by Berry Gordy, who ran Motown.
You know what it is? It's Dragonheart. That's what
you're
I'm
thinking of Dragonheart.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Which is a fantastic movie.
Yes, it's good. It's great. What great special effects for a 1996 movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Movie Time with Dan is brought to you by the Trek Geek Shop. Now you can get some great Star Trek gear and support us at the same time at shop.trekgeeks.com.
Wow. That was kind of impressive.
Was it?
It wasn't bad. No, I think you should do the next commercial.
Maybe it will be that way for Talking Trek.
Oh, well, possible. Of course, I'll make that decision since I'm going to be producing it. So why don't you show your face?
I have some things for you to review on the G Drive when you have a minute.
Okay.
Bing bong.
What's up?
I'm back in the workforce.
It's about time. Oh.
I know, right?
We missed you.
The worst part was having to put on pants this morning.
That never stopped you at your other job. Isn't that why you had to leave?
No.
Oh, Bill's bouncing around again.
I've been wearing shorts for another 6 weeks.
Oh, that's true. I wore shorts. Shorts for 6 weeks. I wore shorts to work last Friday. It was very nice. Yeah.
I used to wear them all the time.
Yeah.
Not at this job, and that's cool.
It's like a business casual atmosphere all the time.
Yeah, except on Fridays it's a little more loose. So jeans, shorts, in the summertime, I can get away with those.
Because in the summertime, when the weather gets hot, I don't know the words. Never mind.
Were you trying to do Mungo Jerry?
You just pull names out like this, like I pull out Star Trek references. I'm very proud of you.
If only I could do that with Star Trek.
Yeah, I know, like stuff that matters, but you can't.
Yeah, I only co-host a podcast called Trek Geeks. But, I take some solace in the fact that Ken Ray can't remember, random bits of trivia like that either, like
That's
episode
true.
names.
That's true. He admitted that to our faces.
Well, he admits it on the podcast all the time.
Well, the podcast, he could just be saying it, but he admitted it. He looked in our eyes.
If I could be half the podcaster he is, I'd be 10 times better than you.
Wow. Huh. Well, all right.
Okay.
I always like Champion more than you anyway, so.
You're such a suck-up.
That's so not true.
You know that this week, they are hitting their 200th regular episode.
Oh, man. We got to get on the ball. We should start doing 3 a week for the next 6 months.
I like being married.
Yes, so do I. And it's when she's gone that I realize just how much.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ugh, I hate it when we're not together. She's
I'm sure
off.
She loves it, though.
No, come on now. Don't make me feel bad.
It's all your fault.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh, well. But I'm here with the pups, and they're keeping me company. I'm ironing again tonight. Go figure.
Hugh?
Yeah.
What is it tonight? Socks?
No, it's the tank tops for the trip. Got to iron the tank tops.
Silly me. The hell was I thinking?
Yeah, 2 tank tops, couple pairs of shorts. No, I don't iron socks anymore.
I don't know that because you iron everything else.
I don't iron socks. I just do shorts, pants, shirts.
Underwear.
Yeah. No, don't do underwear. No.
Pocket squares.
No, don't do that. I don't have any pocket
socks.
squares. Don't have. Well, I do have socks, but I don't.
Suspenders.
Winter coats.
Garters.
Garters. Yes, I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts. Kmart.
Kmart sucks.
Yes, it does.
All right, you ready to do this?
Yes, I'm ready to do this.
Let's knock this out. Are you ready?
Boom.
The Ballad of Alec Peters. A dramatic reading.
As told by the Trek Geeks.
Plaintiff's lawsuit against defendants here is at odds with the Star Trek ideals of inclusion, tolerance, unity, and peace. Instead, it sets out to destroy and exclude one of Star Trek's biggest fans, defendant Alec Peters, for his creation of original works that honor, celebrate, and contribute to the deep tradition of fan fiction in the Star Trek universe.
Mr. Peters is a lifelong Star Trek fan. Starting with the very first Star Trek teaser appearing on NBC in the summer of 1966, Mr. Peters has seen every episode of Star Trek many times over. When Mr. Peters was just 8 years old and NBC moved Star Trek to 10 p.m., his mother would put him to bed at 8 p.m., but would wake him up at 10, only so that he could watch Star Trek before putting him back to bed again.
Mr. Peters follows all the licensed Star Trek content. He's read hundreds of Star Trek comic books, and even made his own Star Trek comic book when he was in elementary school. Mr. Peters owns every single Star Trek technical manual, first editions of every original series Star Trek hardcover novel, and has a 2.5-foot long model of the Starship Enterprise in his living room. In 1980, Mr. Peters attended his first Star Trek convention. In law school, at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Mr. Peters joined his first Star Trek fan club. Over the years, Mr. Peters has seen every Star Trek movie at least a dozen times, including seeing the 2009 Star Trek reboot 4 times in the theaters, more than any other movie he has ever seen.
In 2006, Mr. Peters attended the Paramount Star Trek 40th Anniversary auction at Christie's in New York and obtained his first 2-screen used Star Trek costumes. Mr. Peters was so taken with this new hobby that he started a blog, StarTrekPops.com, that is currently a leading source for information on Star Trek screen, used props, and costumes. Mr. Peters spent over $100,000 on these and the other official Paramount auctions on props and costumes, making Mr. Peters one of Paramount's biggest customers.
Mr. Peters' expertise in this area was also recognized by CBS when they hired him to sell the assets of the Star Trek Experience, the Las Vegas tourist attraction and ride that was at the Las Vegas Hilton for 10 years. Mr. Peters cleared out the 10,000 square foot warehouse filled with the remnants of the ride, salvaged the saleable pieces, and held both a warehouse sale and a CBS licensed auction. Afterwards, Mr. Peters volunteered his time to help CBS with its Star Trek prop and costume archive. Mr. Peters cataloged hundreds of props and costumes, donating his time and expertise to ensure that these relics of the TV shows and movies would be properly preserved for posterity. Mr. Peters even donated his warehouse space to house many of these objects free of charge, and photographed the items for CBS.
In 2010, Mr. Peters obtained the original screen-used costume of the character Garth of Izar from the third season Star Trek episode Whom Gods Destroy, a character that only ever appeared in one of the over 700 TV episodes that CBS claims to own, and not a single of the dozen movies that Paramount claims to own, and who appeared in that episode as a man that had gone mad after returning from war. To Mr. Peters, this was his holy grail of collecting because, despite being only a minor character from a 1969 episode, Garth of Izar was fascinating to Mr. Peters. His connection to Garth of Izar was further solidified when Star Trek fan film pioneer James Cawley, producer of Star Trek New Voyages, the longest-running Star Trek fan film, gave Mr. Peters the opportunity to play Garth of Izar in an episode.
Like thousands of other Star Trek fans over the last several decades, Mr. Peters has celebrated his love for Star Trek through writing his own Star Trek stories, which most prominently have centered around Garth of Izar. Mr. Peters began writing the script for Axanar over the course of 4 years, gathered a small group of Star Trek friends to help make something special. In March of 2014, Mr. Peters launched a Kickstarter campaign asking for $10,000 to make a modest Star Trek fan film, which he planned to further fund by selling some of his Star Trek prop and costume collection. To everyone's surprise, Prelude to Axanar raised $101,000, and Mr. Peters and his team started working full-time to get the short, mockumentary-style film done. The film shoot was the first week of May in 2014, and the short premiered at the San Diego Comic-Con in July of 2014, and was distributed for free on YouTube, where it still can be seen there today. It has since then won 47 film festival awards all over the world.
With the enthusiasm and success of Prelude to Axanar, the Axanar team hoped to continue that with a feature-length film and set up a Kickstarter to fund the feature, and again raised far more than initially expected. The script was revised, and the team began to work on concept art for the uniforms, build ships, and create visual effects. Mr. Peters was eventually able to find a warehouse to rent and turn into a soundstage, and he and his team shot the first scene, the Vulcan scene, to show what they could do and raised more donations. During this time, Mr. Peters kept donors updated constantly with updates on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, a website with news, and even a daily blog on the production. Fans flocked to Axanar to celebrate their love for Star Trek.
Mr. Peters believed he was operating within the tolerated realm of Star Trek fan fiction, but nevertheless reached out to CBS on multiple occasions in an effort to seek guidelines about the production. Given his extensive history with CBS, including volunteering his time and expertise on the Star Trek archive, Mr. Peters contacted CBS in July 2015 with the goal of participating in a dialogue regarding fan films. Since his initial work with the Star Trek New Voyages in 2010, Mr. Peters has spoken with CBS Star Trek brand manager and licensing director John Van Citters, who Mr. Peters knew from working on the CBS Star Trek archive as a volunteer expert. In 2012, Mr. Peters met with CBS Consumer Products EVP Liz Kolodner on the Paramount Studio lot. In 2013, Mr. Peters met with Consumer Vice Products VP Bill Burke at the Las Vegas Star Trek Convention. Mr. Peters also spoke with CBS Home Video EVP Ken Ross, who attended the premiere in 2014 of Prelude to Axanar at the San Diego Comic-Con. though CBS would not provide specific guidelines. Mr. Peters understood from these discussions that as long as his work stayed non-commercial, they would be tolerated, and CBS would let him know if he had gone too far.
Without any warning, and despite years of Mr. Peters' contributions in support of both CBS and Paramount, Mr. Peters first learned that plaintiffs believed he had gone too far when he read in a news article that plaintiffs had sued him. Neither CBS nor Paramount expressed any concern to Mr. Peters through a cease and desist letter or otherwise before they filed the lawsuit.
Mr. Peters later entered into an agreement with plaintiffs, at their request, that defendants defer shooting Axanar until after defendants responded to the original complaint. Since that time, Mr. Peters has continued his efforts to try and resolve the case and sought guidelines as to how defendants can create the Axanar film and honor Axanar's donors in a manner that is acceptable to plaintiffs and does not result in crippling liability against Mr. Peters and Axanar.
Bing bong.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, well, 2-week vacation from you, and now I'm sitting back in the chair, and it's kind of disappointing.
It's a choice you made.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Did you miss me? Hello?
And you are?
It's good to be back. It is.
I'm sure it is.
So I got to tell you, for the last week, we have had a particular theme song in our mind and been vocalizing it everywhere in lines at Disney, just randomly as we're walking down a sidewalk. We're driving down the road one day, and there's this big sign that says, if you're having trouble, call FHP at star whatever the number was. And I look at Sue and I go, what the heck is FHP? And I'm like, oh, Florida Highway Patrol. And she goes, yeah, FIPS. And I'm like, FIPS? Like chips? And she goes, yeah. I go, was that the theme song that went, dan, 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 dan? So she looked it up on YouTube, and sure enough, it was. So we play that theme, and then the rest of the week, we just like randomly start singing it in the middle of anywhere. It doesn't matter what ride. We did it in the middle of Pirates. Yeah, we had fun. Just random weirdness is always a good thing.
Your face is random weirdness.
I thought it was always weird.
It's just random weirdness.
Wow. That's great. Okay. Are we done?
I was done with you years ago. You just keep coming back.
It seems like I missed a lot watching what was going on over the course of the 2 weeks.
In a way, you did.
I know I missed you. Not really.
Yeah, I missed you too.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot going on. I'm sure we'll talk about a lot of the stuff, but yeah, it was busy. But
well, thank you for that concise report.
But I will be busy because I now have 6,084 pieces of Star Trek to put together.
I thought that was only 3,000 pieces.
But I have the Lego thing, which is 3,084.
Oh.
So I've got a 3,084 piece Lego to put Mega Blocks to put together, and the 3,000 piece Star Trek puzzle, which depicts all 79 episodes in the picture that I got for my birthday from my mother, which I was freaking out over.
Bing bong.
Hey, buddy. What's happening?
The Dan trap?
No? No?
Sure.
I liked it.
So let me tell you something I learned about New Orleans.
Okay.
The French Quarter beautiful as it may be, you see it in movies, you see it on TV. Hell, I saw it tonight on ESPN. Smells like garbage.
Okay.
Like, literally, and maybe it's because we went like Monday through Thursday.
Ugh. That's kind of...
yeah, lots of garbage.
Did you see lots of garbage, or did it just... Was your olfactory senses being hit with garbage type stuff?
It was mostly my olfactory senses, but there were garbage cans that were closed.
Your face is garbage.
Wow.
Sorry, I haven't been able to do a face drop in a long time, so that was perfect.
Well, and there was at least one instance where it looks like somebody had relieved themselves on the sidewalk.
Oh, lovely.
In the more solid form, if you will.
That's wonderful. Well, that's probably why I've never been to New Orleans, and probably why I'll never go.
All in all, not a bad trip.
I didn't realize it was for such a short duration. When I saw your post that you were heading back, I was like, wow, okay.
It was only, 3 full days, 3.5 days?
Yeah. Glad you had a good time, though.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Jerk. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings?
Okay.
I could, just remind you of how your greeting to me this morning was on I Am.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't think you did.
You can't prove anything.
What you drinking here this evening?
I am actually having a Cherry Coke Zero. I feel like I'm fending off a bit of a diverticulitis flare-up.
Oh, yep.
And I needed a little caffeine, so here it is.
Okay, good. Drink up. Wait a minute.
What about you, mon frere?
Wait a minute. Cherry Coke Zero, doesn't that not have caffeine?
I just said I needed caffeine.
I thought it didn't have any.
No, it's got caffeine.
Oh, it just doesn't have sugar?
Correctamundo.
I see. Well, I'm drinking a margarita with lots of real fresh watermelon chunks in it.
Nice.
I started doing that right before Florida, and it is good.
Good.
As the barbecue pit boys would say, it tastes good.
Hey, I don't think the barbecue pit boys are dealing with chunks of watermelon in their margarita.
No, it's probably like sausage and, some hamburger fat, and oh, man.
Pulled pork.
Yes. Get that all in there.
So last night on the grill, I made one of Kelly's favorite things. It is a Dijon and herb crusted pork roast with a butternut squash hash. And,
interesting.
It was good. Most of the recipes, last night or yesterday sometime. Worth it. You should try it.
I would try that. I know I told you already, but I'll tell you what. We went to a restaurant up in Freeport the other night. My sister and brother-in-law surprised us and came up, and we went out to dinner, and I had rabbit.
Hassenpfeffer?
No, it was a pasta dish, but it had rabbit meat instead of like chicken or steak. It had rabbit in it. It was good. It was really good. Yeah.
This just in. Data's still dead.
Donna! Oh my God!
Donna. Sorry, Donna.
And Alex Trebek was not in Insurrection.
Yeah, where the hell does she think he was in the movie?
We're going to have her on the show just to talk about it. There's one part where, I don't know if it's the main villain or if it's the Admiral's in the chair getting his skin stretched. Well, obviously it's not the Admiral because when he gets his skin stretched, he dies. But he's getting his skin stretched and stapled, and she swears that one of the guys helping him with that is Alex Trebek in makeup.
What the hell?
I'll take No You're Wrong for 100, Donna.
I'll take Schwarge for 200. No, Mr. Connery, that's S words. One of the best SNL skits ever.
Yes, that, and we showed, when they were visiting, we watched the Debbie Downer Disney World skit. Oh my God, that is so good. And then, my name is Matt Foley. I am divorced. And I live in a van down by the river.
Another of my favorites is John Hamm's John Hamm.
I haven't seen that one.
Yep. If it Looks like ham. Don't wipe your ass with it. Is the tagline.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Interesting. All right.
Your face is good now.
Wow. That's not very nice. I don't know why you have to be like that.
You're not very nice. Do I sound okay?
All right, why is that happening?
Because your face?
No. I'm getting you on my speaker and in my headset.
Turn down your speaker.
So now I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but I hear them both still.
Turn down your speaker.
I know, that's what I'm doing, and it's turning down my headset as well. I've done it before. I got to figure out how to do it. Hold on.
You're the only person on the planet with this problem.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I don't know why it does that. I'm not going to worry about it too much, I don't think. Speakers.
Well, the only time it'll be a problem is if there's bleed through from your speaker to your microphone.
Yeah, I got to figure this out.
Isn't there a physical volume on the front of the speaker?
No.
Really?
Right. There is not.
That's stupid.
You're stupid.
Oh,
Judy.
shut your face.
All right. So I don't know. Why has that not done that before?
Do you plug your headset into the speakers or into the computer?
Into the computer. It's an all-in-one. And it's not a USB. It's just a standard jack, headphone jack. Yeah. But I don't recall this doing this last week, so that's what's weird. Yes. And when I do that, I just muted, but now you're muted.
I am?
Well, I just turned it back on, so I can hear you again. Actually, hold on. I know. Hold on a second. All right. Now you're going to be through the speakers, so go ahead and talk to me.
How about now?
All right. Now I'm going to re-plug in my headset.
How about now? So I'm drinking a new flavor of coffee today.
What is it?
Toasted mocha marshmallow.
Oh, that sounds just awful.
Dude, it tastes like you're drinking a s'more, and it's amazing.
That's awesome.
You turned your nose up at brown sugar crumble donut, I might add.
No, I don't think I ever did, because I love brown sugar. So I don't know if that's accurate. I don't think that's correct.
I'm not listening to that.
No, I'm
not drinking that.
No, that's wrong. I'm gonna have to call you out on that one. I don't believe that one.
Making all kinds of fake vomit noises.
Yeah, now I know you're making no sense at all.
I think at one point, you were just dry heaving.
All right, I don't know what we are going to do here.
Is there a microphone jack on a headphone jack on your microphone?
I don't believe so. I don't see one. Nope.
That's too bad.
That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Mine has one.
Well, you're better than I am in so many ways.
That's so true. I'm just glad you finally coming to that conclusion.
Oh, I've always known it. I just didn't want to make your ego bigger than your mouth.
What does that mean?
It means you got a big mouth.
That is so stupid.
You're stupid. You know what else is stupid?
Your face?
Your face.
Glad to see you're right on top of things today.
Have to be this time in the morning.
It's 10 o'clock.
I know. I got a gingerbread coffee. Speaking of coffees.
I'm sorry I woke you up before the crack of noon.
And I'm drinking it in my lovely new Disney's Fort Wilderness campground mug.
Well, I'm glad you finished that sentence because it sounded like you said nude Disney. And I'm like, what?
That's the new Disney. That's the new park.
Whoa.
That would be a little scary.
Yeah, little? Well, I guess in your case.
But
sick burn.
Yeah, sick burn. Ooh. Call the burn unit.
Because that was a sick burn, Dan.
back to you in the studio. Jerk.
Bing bong.
It's always good when Brady returns to the NFL, isn't it?
Those poor Cleveland Browns.
Wow. No, it's a good day. Anytime that New England wins and Denver loses, Denver losing is good for the AFC Pats fans, but bad for our friends like Mumph and Strand and Sketching Venus. But I can't say I'm disappointed.
Well, Mumphrey has no real allegiance to the Broncos.
He doesn't have allegiance to anything.
He's a Saints fan, and when I first met him, he was a Cowboys fan. So.
That's even better.
I'll tell you, he's always loved the Saints because it's his heritage.
Yes.
I buy that.
Yes.
But he was absolutely rooting for the Cowboys when I first met him.
All right. That's hysterical.
Bandwagon.
Yeah. What you drinking tonight? Oops.
Whoa.
I just almost spilled mine all over the place.
I'm drinking my last Shipyard Summer Ale.
Oh, saying goodbye to summer?
Yeah.
Bye, summer.
Bye, summer.
Summer frau.
What are you drinking?
I tried these last night. I found a recipe for a pear martini.
Okay.
And I had 3 last night. And I'm on my second one so far today, but I had one watching the game, so it was a while ago.
No wonder you didn't want to record last night.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a big slow show.
I tell you what, Insurrection is the best movie ever.
I want another drink.
But no, it's good. I actually, this is funny. I'm like, okay, where am I going to get pear puree unless I make it myself? And I went to the Absolute Vodka website, and they said, check the baby food section. So sure enough, baby food section, pear puree, yummy.
Interesting.
And I've got a sliced pear on the glass and everything. It's pretty cool. My Patriots glass, I should say.
Yeah. Is it unsweetened, the pear puree?
I'll have to check. I'll have to check the ingredients to see. Actually, the ingredients just say that it's pears. So I would say that there's nothing else in there.
I had no idea.
Naturally sweet. It's pretty good.
Not like you. That's for damn
sure. No,
sure.
I'm not sweet. I'm cantankerous.
Yes, you are.
Good word there.
Wow, you just got a new page of the day calendar or something, didn't you?
I don't have those. It's all right here in my noggin.
It's quickly diminishing space. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I appreciate that. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. We went to the movies. My wife read the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children book and loved it. Mm-hmm. And so she's been jazzed to see the movie for a while, and we saw the movie today, and she thought it was terrible.
It's not one that I really think I'll ever see.
It's they apparently changed a lot of stuff, and it's unfortunate. I've never been a big Tim Burton fan.
Well,
I just don't like his films.
You have to be like on something to really enjoy him, I think, because they are out there. I think the only one that I really have any like for is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't even like that one,
and that's borderline like for me. But all the other ones are just so out there. Like,
is it a Christmas movie or is it a Halloween movie?
I know, right? You know what else I don't know about?
Your face.
Thank you. Okay. See, I don't even have to say it anymore.
I hold up his Batman and his second Batman movie as just movies that should never have been made, and that's something that a lot of people think is unpopular for me to say, but they don't hold up.
I forgot that the first one with Nicholson was him. I don't mind that one.
The first and second one. Yeah. You go back and watch it now, it does not hold up. Not in the wake of
Dark Knight.
Batman Begins.
Yeah. Yep.
Not even close.
Well, all right. I just know that he has to fix his hair and that his wife played an evil witch in Harry Potter.
I do love that Rene Auberjonois was dressed like Tim Burton in Batman Forever.
Okay, I've never seen that one, to be honest with you.
It's the one with Val Kilmer. He's got a brief part right at the end where he plays a doctor at Arkham Asylum named Burton.
Huh, that's interesting.
And he looks just like Tim Burton. I'm sure if you Google it, you'll see it.
Interesting. I will Google that. I will Google it. I'll check the Google.
The Google machine?
On the internets.
The googly bits.
So I'm loving...
my friend Dan Kreger would say.
Dan Kreger?
Yes, he's the godfather of this here podcast.
Is that his new title?
It is. If it weren't for him, I would never have gotten into podcasting in the first place.
Oh, okay. And you wouldn't be the first person to ever have a tweet read back by a sitting POTUS.
No, I probably still would.
Okay. Fine then. Be that way. You big jerk.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Stop clicking.
Sorry.
Bing bong.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up? You ready to do this? Let's go.
Wow, Mr. Business.
We have a schedule to keep on, sir. Come on.
This is the first time you've been this business-like with
because
this
you're
podcast
very
ever.
mean to me this week, and I'm not appreciative of your follies.
I'm sorry. When was I mean to you?
We don't. This is only a 7-minute outtake, so I can't even begin to start.
7?
I don't know. Whatever. You're the ultimate. You're the ultimate crew. You're the executive producer. It's however long you want it to be. I'm just here for the ride.
I don't buy that for a minute.
I'm drinking my pear martini again.
How many have you had tonight?
I just started my first one in my Patriots martini glass.
Lies.
No, honey, was it my first one I just started? Yes. Thank you. You going to call her a liar now?
No, but she may not have all the data. You could be so high functioning that you're drinking behind her back.
I've been with her every second since like noon today.
Every second.
Every second. Yep. Because we had to drive home. We watched the game and then we left and we drove up back to Maine and then we got dinner. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. I had to go get dinner, so I was gone for like 7 minutes. I think I could suck down 4 or 5 of those things.
Yes.
You're right.
I'll be honest. I've known you for 20 years now. Yeah, you could do that. That's not outside your skill set.
Sometimes I have to because I have to meet with you on a weekly basis.
That is just... Do you have anything new?
No, because that just never gets old.
No, it actually does.
Okay, I'll try something new next week.
Thank you. I'm drinking a Shiner Bock.
Yes, you do drink those a lot. Can't you think of anything new? No?
Why'd you laugh at that? That was one of the dumbest things you've ever said since you learned to speak.
I wasn't laughing at me.
No, you did that.
I wasn't laughing at me.
Actually, you were.
Wow.
The rest of us laugh at you all the time.
I'm well aware. That I am aware of. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. So, my wife goes to a metabolic conditioning gym.
Okay.
It's not like CrossFit or that stuff. It's a little more targeted. There's actual training that goes on. There's not, I know some people who do CrossFit suffer some injuries at times, but it's all very intense. And they're doing a Halloween workout for charity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going.
Interesting.
Now, my friend Scott went a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he he's not like me. He's not a big fat kid.
Wow.
He works out regularly, and he thought, it was a challenging workout. So I think I'm going to die.
Wow, that's a shame. Good luck.
Wow.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Is that why you wanted me to transfer Trek Geeks to your name? Is that why?
I have faith in you. I have faith in the heart.
I hope you have faith in my heart, or at least a good number of a good cardiologist.
Before it explodes.
So yeah, on the 29th, I'll be going to the gym in the morning.
Okay, so that means that I'll probably be by myself on the G&T show. Wow.
Yes, because I'll either be in the ICU or, at a funeral home.
Karma's a
Just like you.
Wow, I knew that was coming. I just opened that right up. Softball, right over home plate for you.
Yeah. Way to go, genius.
You did well. I'm proud of you.
We'll see how well I do in a couple of weeks. Bing bong.
Hey, what's up?
You okay?
Yes.
Don't choke.
No, you want me to choke.
You're too important.
Wow, thanks. I'm sure that's all going to change when you have your stellar introduction in a few minutes.
I lie a lot, too.
Yeah, and friends, I'd like to introduce to you the human scumbag of the earth, Mr. Dan Davis. And Dan, because that's what you always do.
I've not used that one yet. I got to write that down.
Wow, okay. All right, good.
So I'd say I was watching this episode the other day. Damn, it's good.
Watching what episode?
The Pegasus.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God. Yeah.
Okay, I got to ask you a question here. Do you just randomly make sound effects like this,
Yes.
In regular conversation with your wife?
Oh, yeah. I'll be like, hey, honey, I thought that was great. And that's just what I do. And she laughs and she hugs me and tells me she loves me.
Do you think she hugs you in that way, like, oh, honey, you're so precious?
And then in her mind, she's going, whatever.
I can't wait to commit him in a home.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of see myself as a lower version of that sound effects guy from the Police Academy movies.
Michael Winslow?
Yes. And also, wasn't he in Spaceballs? Oh, no, that was Tim Russ.
Tim Russ.
Yep. Oh, no, the guy from Police Academy was in it, too. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah, he was the sound effects guy.
Yeah, Michael Winslow.
Yeah, all right, good.
Wow,
Good history lesson.
There's a callback.
Well, we ain't found. Tim Russ, that's funny. I wonder how much he gets for a check every time that's said. Like 2 cents.
Probably nothing. I don't know that the union pays at that level.
Okay.
What do I know, though?
Yeah. So back to what you were saying. Yeah. Oh, awesome. It is so good. Terry O'Quinn is just freaking amazing. I would love to meet this guy someday.
It's not just him, though. I mean,
no, it's not. It's everybody.
It's some of the best stuff they give Frakes in 7 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, we'll talk about it in the episode, but even Patrick Stewart, goes all first duty on Riker.
Yeah. I'm taking it up with you, Will.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you. I'll do that in the show.
I hope so.
Yep.
I hate you. I think you'll like your intro tonight.
Really?
I think it's rather flattering.
Well, okay. I'll take that under advisement.
Excellent.
Yeah. It'll be a first for everything.
I think, what's that?
I love you.
I mean, I love you. I made a slight change to the episode mapping.
Okay.
I removed the winner's last name.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you.
Okay.
That's good protection. Yep.
It's our second winner in a row from Ohio.
Well, it's you say hi in the middle and it's O on both ends or whatever that phrase is. I don't really remember it.
Yeah. Okay. What's that got to do with the fact that both our winners have been from Ohio?
Because Cleveland's in the World Series? I don't know.
The Browns aren't going to the Super Bowl. I just want to throw that out there.
I hope they go 0-16. That would be great.
It's funny. The Walking Dead was on earlier than 9 p.m. last night. It was the Browns game.
That was good.
Bing bong.
Happy Halloween, you ugly monster.
Well, thanks, you witch.
Wow. Okay.
With a W.
Yes. Well, I'm sure it would not be bleeped out otherwise.
I don't think that's a word we necessarily have to bleep.
You bleeped it out in the outtake during the Ultimate Crew episode when I said it.
I think it was the context.
Your face is the context. You should bleep that out all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. It's a happy day. It's Halloween. You know what we watched right before I came up to record?
No. What?
It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Did you get any trick-or-treaters?
No, we actually, because we have the dogs, now that we have the fence around the yard, the only door is kind of open to the whole floor. And so the dogs would be available to get to the door and they'll be freaks. So we had dinner downstairs.
We used to, in years past, we would get like 150 trick-or-treaters. But this year we didn't do it.
We had, you know how many we had last year?
No.
0. You know how many we had the year before? 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not the neighborhood for trick or treating anymore. So we just decided just to put our jack-o'-lanterns out and turn the lights down and go have dinner downstairs and watch It's a Great Pumpkin. And I do have to say something about It's a Great Pumpkin. You're going to want to go and watch this now. You know why?
No.
Because at the very beginning, when Linus and Lucy are bringing the giant pumpkin into their house and Lucy stabs it with the Michael Myers knife and starts throwing the guts out on the floor is almost the exact pattern of the sick bay sheets in the original series. Yeah.
You know, ways you can tell you're a giant Star Trek nerd. Everything looks like the sheets in sick bay.
Yep. There are so many mistakes in that cartoon, but it's so fun to watch.
Are you clicking something on your end?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I got to put that down. That's my nervous habit. Yeah, it's a good show. It's fun.
I always thought your nervous habit was breathing.
Wow. No, my nervous habit is listening to you, and I get a tick, and I start having Tourette's.
That makes no sense at all.
I know it doesn't. You drive me crazy.
You. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Well, guess what?
I've always loved you.
Yes, that's exactly right. Because if it wasn't for you, we'd never be here.
And it's all thanks to you, Dr. Cochran.
Just looking at the stars. I don't want a statue.
I'm not detecting any leak.
Leak. Don't you people from the future ever pee?
Oh, right.
That's
leak.
funny.
That's funny. Bing bong.
You're a jerk.
Wow.
Well, sorry, that was my new ringtone for you.
You're a liar.
No, that's what it's going to be.
No, that's not what you said. You said that's my new ringtone for you. It's a declarative statement.
All right. Okay. Well, then, you know me in the English language. I misspoke. Misspoke? Wow.
Your Honor.
Can we just get started, please?
Your Honor, I enter as Exhibit A.
So I got a funny story for you.
Oh, boy.
Right before we came upstairs this evening, I was flipping through the stations and was watching the Green Bay Packers versus the Indianapolis Colts.
As was I.
Fark's team. And my dad's team is Green Bay. And Green Bay is getting embarrassed by, I'm sorry, an inferior team. But that's neither here nor there. I'm glad that looks like they're going to beat Green Bay.
You said Fark was your friend, right?
Yes.
Because he's an Indy fan.
I know he is. But they haven't been great this year. But Green Bay hasn't been great either. But they're beating Green Bay, and they deserve to win. They've been playing better today. So I made ice cream today.
Wow, you got off of that topic as quick as you could.
Yep. First time. It's yummy.
What flavor?
Well, we were watching Triple D last night.
Oh, Jesus.
It's funny because you were sending me pictures of him today. And they had this, it was an all bacon episode. And they were out in Bakersfield, California at this little place called the Moo Creamery. And they made bacon in everything, including ice cream. They had maple ice cream with bacon in it. So this morning, I pulled up the recipe and I made maple ice cream with bacon in it. And it's wicked good.
I'm a little alarmed that you keep using the recipes from this charlatan.
I cosplay as him. I think it's I'm supposed to, aren't I?
No.
All right. Okay. It was good, though. It's good.
I got nothing.
But it's yummy ice cream.
Starfleet, we don't lie.
I will never get tired of that. Hold on, one more time.
I'm with Starfleet. We don't lie.
John Champion. He says it better than Wesley does.
I'm with Starfleet. We don't lie.
We got to get him to do a special Trek Geeks version of that. I'm with Trek Geeks. We don't lie.
No. See, I like it the way it is because he auditioned for Wesley at one point.
Yes, he did.
So that version, which is a lift straight from Mission Log,
It is.
just makes me happy. It's one of my ringtones.
Okay. One of my ringtones is "You're a jerk." Remember I told you that at the beginning of the show?
Is it set for your contact file?
Why would I call myself? You're so
I can believe you do call yourself.
You're so dumb.
Because you're the only friend you have.
It's true. I am pretty lonely.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
You forgot ugly?
No, I didn't. I just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, but ugly.
Yeah, I am. So all the people out there listening, you can call the Trek Geeks phone number. I don't know it off the top of my head, but
You still don't know it? It's been almost 2 years.
I know but I just read it so often. I think it's 508-741-1701.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
that's
Call that number.
That's exactly what it is.
Agree with everybody that I'm butt ugly and stupid, like Bill said.
Even I know what the number is, and I don't even read it.
That's because you created it.
That has nothing to do with it.
It works for me.
Your face works for me.
I know. No, we can't say it's handsome because we just got done saying that I'm butt ugly.
That's why I feel nauseous right now.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be a fun show. Right.
Now batting number 5. Dan. Davidson. Number 5. Davidson.
I don't like number 5.
What number do you like?
24.
Why 24?
Because
Dwight
that's
Evans?
Sue's birthday, our anniversary, and yes, Dwight Evans, who's my favorite Red Sox in history.
I have to say that it was a travesty when Manny Ramirez wore that number.
Oh, God, yes, it was.
So for my birthday several years ago, my wife got me an authentic, replica collector's 86 road jersey. Sorry, 87 road jersey with the Fenway Park 75th anniversary patch.
Yes.
And the number on the back, 24.
Yeah.
Dwight Evans, baby.
Loved that guy. One of the most painful moments I ever saw was during the 86 World Series when ball was hit out to right field and he leapt and it went off his glove into the bullpen and he just kind of hung his head over his arm on the wall. Right. But that's okay because we've won 3 championships since then.
We have.
Yes.
These are good days.
Congratulations, Cub fans.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, next. Hey, we got 108 more years till we have to say that again. Ho!
Oh. I'll be dead by that time because you'll have killed me and buried me somewhere.
Wow. It could happen sooner than you think.
I'm surprised you didn't take your opportunity in Vegas. You had plenty.
Too many witnesses.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
You've been watching Dateline, haven't you?
No. The 7th circle of hell is easy compared to having to deal with you every week.
Wow.
That's right. That's right. You don't have anything to say, so just move on.
No, I was just trying to think of the best way to say this. When did you meet up with my ex-wife?
Wow.
Hey, if Carson could make ex-wife jokes, why can't I?
That is funny stuff.
What are you drinking?
Watermelon. Margarita with watermelon chunks in it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I have
it's good
a ginger ale.
Excellent. That's good.
The ale made from the tears of gingers. No? That's not what it is?
From Gilligan's Island?
No.
Okay.
I mean like Ed Sheeran?
Oh. There you go.
Yeah, that kind of ginger.
You got any extra? Whoa.
You have issues.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. I made, you know how I love duck?
Yeah.
We made a crock pot duck dinner this past week.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's find some duck recipe, and we have a slow cooker, and we're like, we should make something so that we can just put it together in the morning, and we don't have to worry about making dinner when we get home. So all it is 2 duck breasts, a bunch of apples, a bunch of oranges cut up, some onion cut up, and some frozen concentrated orange juice. Boom, that's it. It was yummy.
I'll bet it was.
Because I'll eat anything that's duck. So
right now, tell the truth.
No.
Is this another Guy Fieri recipe?
It was not. It was not a Guy Fieri recipe. I just did a search online for crock pot duck recipes, and that's what came up. I believe it was from BettyCrocker.com.
I see what you did there. Crock pot, Crocker.
Yes. So that's the little plug. Check it out. BettyCrocker.com.
Why are we giving free plugs to the Betty Crocker website?
Because it was a good recipe, jerk.
Wow.
If you said something nice, I'd probably plug you, but we know that never happens, so I chose BettyCrocker.com.
That wording was unfortunate. Okay.
My dog just came upstairs, jumped on the couch, curled up into a ball, and stuck her face in the couch so it's like buried. It's quite funny. Probably because she doesn't want to listen to you.
She can't hear me.
Oh, yes, she can. Believe me, you're like a frickin' dog whistle.
What?
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Bill! Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, no, you're not talking to me now?
No.
I'm sorry.
You ready to do this, jerk?
Yes, I am. Please.
Hey, boys.
All right.
We really have to have Morehouse on tonight.
This was your idea.
So arrogant.
Yes.
Oh, is he on yet?
Yes.
Jim!
I'm LinkedIn, but I didn't catch that, so we're okay.
Good. Yeah, you're awesome. Fine. Really, it sounded like you said that he was a jerk.
No, I said you were a jerk.
No, I think he said TrekRanks.com is his favorite website to explore the wonders of Star Trek.
Pornhub, Trek Ranks, they're both the same.
Why you got to do that?
I'm giving plugs everywhere. Oh!
I love your 5-year mission ranking.
Yes.
That's good.
Had to include that in there for the boys.
That's good.
And I have to say, I agree with you on number 1. It's also my favorite bumper of the songs we use between segments on the show.
Such a good song.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Such a good song.
Are you done sucking up to 5-year mission already, Bill?
Wow. Well, unlike
I don't have to suck up. They took me to court. I don't have to suck up to anybody. But it was a tie, so I love them.
Oh, you didn't get convicted?
No, the judge could not find anyone at fault.
Wow.
No, that's not what she said.
I don't care what you think she said.
There wasn't enough evidence.
Fark actually was texting to me the other day, and he said it was a tie. So
that doesn't mean she couldn't find anyone at fault. It just means you didn't suck enough on paper.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, Bill, what do you think of song number 2? It's Cat's Fark.
Cat's Fark is fantastic. In fact, dude, I love your whole list because I can hear the intros of each one of these in my head. Yeah. Colder in Russia has become a favorite bumper for me.
God. I think it's going up on my list.
I Mud is a fantastic song. I don't like the episode, but I love that song.
Yeah.
And RC Spock, we debuted that on this show.
Oh, yeah.
And I've loved it ever since.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you mean you don't like I'm Mud?
I'm going to kick you.
Oh, sorry.
So
we're gonna do a little news. So we're gonna do a little 10-second break after we introduce you and stuff like that. We usually take 10-second breaks and stuff. There's usually just awkward silence. We'll do the news from TrekNews.net. No fapping. We're gonna do a story on the TAS Blu-ray, and then we're gonna talk about Axonar and their legal filing.
How exciting.
Some of the quotes from the unredacted document that the defense uploaded.
Oh, my God. What a bag. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That is awesome.
You'll feel free to say whatever you want. I take notes and bleep accordingly because we try to keep our clean rating for India.
I am prone to curse. So
not a problem.
All right, I'll be careful. But man, that guy.
Oh, tell me about
it. Anyway.
Tell me about it.
This is awesome. I cannot wait. Let's do it.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to copy this doc to our public folder so you can at least see it, Jim.
Okay. Is that going to be on the Zencaster?
Zencaster there.
I'll send you. Well, I got to put it in the public folder first.
Oh, okay.
So give me 2 seconds.
Oh, the entire document.
Yeah, I figure I'll put the document there, and that way you can pull it up in a browser and be a ninja.
What was with the Richard Dawson voice there just now?
What are you talking about?
You're like,
I get no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I heard it.
You're a big jerk.
Survey says.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, let me move this to public. Stand by to stand by. Stand by to photograph.
Oh, God.
Check the circuit.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Bing bong.
Wow. Did you have some surgery since we last talked?
Wow, really?
No. We have to have a talk, man.
Wow, what's up?
What is with that language at the top of the document for today's show? I'm offended.
There's no language
That's
there.
because you hit the delete key.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I screenshot it, and I'm sending it to the Human Resources Department of Trek Geeks International.
How do I know that you didn't type it yourself?
Because we can look in the history of the doc, and it'll say that you typed it.
You've got my credentials.
I don't have your credentials for Google
my credentials
Docs.
Just about everything.
Not for Google Docs. You lie.
I don't lie. How do I know you don't have them? You could be lying, Alec.
Wow.
So, yesterday, I had a workout from hell.
That was a great picture.
So, in a different group, I actually posted what the workout was. So, let me describe it for you.
Okay.
So, the whole thing, it was called Around the Gym. It's 40 seconds of doing the thing and then 20 seconds of rest. 4 times through the whole program with no breaks.
Oy.
So it started out with wideouts, which are like the bottom half of jumping jacks, except done really fast.
Okay.
And then shuttle runs. And then overhead medicine ball slams against a wall. And then body saws, which you kind of like do on a slide board, but I am not ready for those. So I was just holding a plank for 40 seconds.
Okay.
Which is hard.
I'm sure.
Full body weight TRX rows. So essentially you're in a rowing position, pulling up your whole body weight.
I'm already tired.
Yeah. Wall sits. Which you wouldn't think would be that bad.
No, I've done those. They are tight.
I thought I was going to die. Burpees.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying you burped. So burpees, and I'm still modifying mine because, I'm still new at this, and they still sucked. Heavyweight goblet squats. So I take, as heavy a dumbbell as I can stand, and know if this time it's not you. And then I do squats with them for the whole 40 seconds.
Where did that come from?
Your face.
Okay.
And then I do straight leg sit-ups with a plate, so like a weight that goes on a barbell.
Wow.
And in my case, it was only like 10 pounds, but still. And that's so 40 seconds of all of those activities, and then 20 seconds off, and then you repeat the cycle
4 times.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh my God. There were plenty of times I wanted to quit yesterday.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
Plenty of time. It was a reminder of the things I can't yet do.
Yeah. Wow.
Whereas all the other workouts I had have been like revelations as to what I really can do.
Yep.
And today I'm over it, but yesterday I was just like, that really sucked.
I wish I could be over you.
Wow. But I didn't stop, and I think that's the main thing.
Yep.
So, but
I'm
hurting.
You're kicking it, man. Though you're killing it. That's good.
It's a good thing I have a massage today.
There you go. I'm not going to be down there in time. You're going to have to find somebody else to give it to you.
What?
Whoa.
This just got really awkward.
Ouch. Well, that's all right.
Whoa, I'm glad you think so.
What are you drinking this fine morning?
I am drinking some nice coffee since we're doing a morning recording this week.
Some nice coffee.
I have some Green Mountain Vermont Country Blend.
Oh, that makes me want to get a banjo and sit around a fire.
Wait, Vermont, not Kentucky.
Oh, sorry. What do they play in Vermont? Milk tea, cow teats.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
There you go. Go to Ben and Jerry's and smoke a doobie.
Sure, whatever. No judgments here. We love Vermont as long as it's not their maple syrup.
That's right. Vermont. Yeah, it's very nice state. It's opposite of New Hampshire, which is the funniest thing ever.
Inferior in maple syrup.
Yes.
By far.
Well, so what's better, Maine or New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Okay. Says you.
Hey.
Whoa.
Not helpful.
I got some, thanks to you, some cinnamon sugar cookie.
Oh, I almost brewed that this morning.
Let me tell you how much my lovely wife enjoys this coffee.
Okay.
We couldn't find it it wasn't on the Keurig website for a while, so we found it at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh.
Okay. Or as you would say, Bed Bath & Beyond. And so we got like 4 boxes of it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's on the Keurig website, and it was on the Keurig website on Cyber Weekend after Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
We just got our shipment of 5 boxes in the mail yesterday, I think. And yeah.
So you're going to be drinking this thing until May.
It's very good, though.
It really is.
Very good.
Green Mountain has some fantastic coffee.
Yep. Yeah, and when we were we went to breakfast yesterday, and they were selling bags of Coffee by Design is the name of the company, I believe, and they had Maine Maple Sundae available, but not in K-Cups. So
interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure that's pretty tasty. Probably as good as my bacon ice cream I made for Thanksgiving. Maple syrup bacon ice cream. Oh, baby.
On Donner's Drive-Ins in Davidson.
That's right. That's what it's on. It's on up there. That's what it sounds like. So,
So wait, I have a question here.
Okay.
When you're doing a Guy Fieri impersonation, do you purposefully work in gibberish? Because it sounds legit.
I think you have to, because you know me, I don't talk good anyway. And you just got to start throwing in stuff. So right now we're going to be driving around Yarmouth, New Hampshire. We get Yarmouth, what? Yeah, that's exactly it. So there is no Yarmouth, New Hampshire, so you have to. You know.
Oh my God, I need a minute.
Oh my God, you remind me. Last night we were FaceTiming my brother-in-law and sister are down in New York visiting our awesome cousin and her husband and the family, and so we FaceTimed for like an hour last night, just talking and preparing for vacation this summer and everything like that. And I started impersonating the guy that does the announcements at Market Basket. And I thought my brother-in-law was literally going to pee himself. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He couldn't even talk. He had his hands over his head, like on his head, and he's balder than I am. So he had his hands over his head, just like he could barely breathe. It was the funniest thing.
The guy who does the announcements at Market
Yeah, because
Basket?
right now what we want to do is we have this huge pallet up front. We got 47 cases of Thomas's English muffins. They got butter holes, and they got the crisp and crunchy, and they're 49 cents for 12 dozen. Never thank you for top Market Basket. If you ever go to Market Basket, you're going to hear that in some form. And it's the same voice everywhere, but it's a different employee all the time.
Wait.
Yes, I know, right?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around the logic for this. Exactly. It's the same voice everywhere, but it's a different guy.
Yes, that's what I mean. You just have to be that way when you work at Market Basket.
Thank you, Tom Market Basket.
Do you listen to yourself?
The funny thing is Sue, I didn't realize I do this, is she laughed and says, oh, Chris and Don are like, oh my God, he does this whenever we go to Market Basket, I'll start doing it. And Sue goes, no, you don't understand. He does it when it's just the two of us going to Market Basket.
Oh, God.
That's pretty funny.
You're killing me.
It's going to be a fun episode, I'm telling you what.
It really is. Speaking of which, we probably should do this.
Yeah, let's get started.
Oh, thank you.
Start it up, EP.
Mr. Executive Producer, thank you.
EP, you know what? You could be AP.
You are AP.
I hope we get something coming out soon with that, just so that we get it taken care of.
Give it time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Bing bong.
Merry Christmas.
Whoa. We're not even 5 seconds in, and I got to bleep that.
I know it. Well, at least you know where to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you where to do it in a minute.
Whoa, Toad. Roll that back. Dial it down. Whatever it's called. What's up? How are you?
Fantastic. How are you? What are you drinking for coffee?
I got the cinnamon cookie again. We got like 4,700 K-Cups worth of it, so I might as well drink them.
I have one left, so I saved it for my wife, and I am drinking Boston Cream Donut.
I was going to have Boston Cream Donut coffee, but I went with the cookie. That's too funny.
Notice New York cream donut is not Swiffering the nation.
Yeah, because that would probably like drinking a pile of crap. Oh,
it's bad enough their clam chowder is red.
Oh, that's stir the paint can.
So speaking of soup, see how I do that? Those professional, major market segues that I do.
Seguis, yeah.
Segue. I'm eating soup last night. My wife made some chicken enchilada soup. It's really tasty. You do it in a slow cooker.
We've had that. It's very good.
And next thing I know, there's something in my mouth that feels like a rock.
Oh, God.
It's part of my temporary filling for my root canal.
Knew it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was real happy.
Is it stingy?
No, it's not. It's still, the area itself is still a little sore to some extent. I'm managing with Advil.
Yep.
But you can bet I'm going to be calling the endodontist first thing tomorrow in the snowstorm.
Nice. Yeah, I've been dealing with my tooth that I have to get a root canal on. I still have to wait another month to get it, and it's been bothering me since Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but because I've had a couple root canals over the year and crowns, my insurance is at 0 for dental, so I got to wait till it kicks back in on the calendar year. So,
yeah, we're going to Vegas next month, and I'm supposed to get my crown after we get back, and I don't think I'm going to wait that long.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to.
No.
So, speaking of fun nights last night.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story. If you got a little sleigh bell sound, you might as well start kicking it off because it's kind of Christmassy. We put our tree up last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Max and Tasha came up for the weekend so that we could go down to the tree farm and pick one out, and we picked out a nice one. It wasn't too big. It was good size for our living room, and we bring it home. And of course, I'm a very smart man usually.
What?
Yeah. I tied the rope to the tree on the roof of Max's car, and instead of tying it on the right beam, I tied it on the wrong beam, so all it did was slide. So we almost lost the tree once, so we had to stop and fix it, and I felt really smart. I said, I'm Bill. I make things go.
What?
Yeah, so anyway, that's not even the best part of the story. The best part of the story is later on in the nighttime. So we decorate the tree, we get the stand on, and we put the tree in the stand, and I bring the tree in the house and let it fall during the afternoon, and at night we start decorating, and we decorate. Got all my Star Trek ornaments up on the wall, which I always put on a string of lights over the window in the living room. And when we do the tree, and we've got alcohol, hot chocolate to drink as we're doing it, and we're having a good time with the Christmas music playing, and we finish. The last thing I do is I put the star up on, and I love, that star is crooked. It's like from Christmas Story. But it wasn't. It actually was straight, but I like to say that anyway. So then we're done. So the last thing to do is water the tree. And we've got one of those tubes that like comes way up, and it has a decoration on it, so it looks like it's part of the decorations. And then you just pour water down the tube, and it fills up the stand. So I take a full thing of water in the plant waterer that Sue's got, and I dump the whole thing down there, and she's down there waiting to see when it gets up to the top so I can stop, and I put the whole thing in, and she's like, no, it's not there. I said, well, it's first time. So she like gets up to just look at the tree, and there is water all over the floor and spreading like a fungus across the hardwood floor onto the carpet.
Oh, no.
The tree stand was cracked on the bottom.
Oh, no.
So we've got the whole tree decorated with a bad tree stand. How the hell are we going to switch it out? It gets better. I'm not done yet.
Oh, my God.
So Max and Tasha run down to Walmart in Falmouth, which is about a 15-minute drive, to get a new tree stand. And she sends me a picture of a tree stand, and it looks great. It's nice and deep like ours, and it's wide so it can, hold the tree. So she comes home, and we somehow are able to lift the tree up without losing anything, get the old one out of the way, and put the new one in its place. And then we're tightening up the bolts. The bolts are not long enough. The base of the tree does not fit. It's a thin-based tree.
Oh,
so the bolt is all the way tied in. We got to get spacers now today. So we had to lift it out again, put it in the old one, put that one down to store it for the night, and today we're going to fix it up. What a fun night.
Oh, my God.
That's why I greeted you with my greeting.
Fix the newel post. You don't do Christmas easy, do you?
It was fun, but
was it?
Up until that point, yeah. Got to have the hot chocolate with peppermint vodka in it, and it was yummy. And I did some cranberry jello shots for the evening and had them in the fridge, and those were good. And
you know what also isn't bad is hot chocolate with butter shots.
Oh, I'm sure those are very good.
Some butterscotch schnapps, it's phenomenal.
Schnapps.
Perhaps you could raise a glass of that today in honor of your favorite Star Trek movie having premiered 18 years ago on this very day.
Oh my God, another anniversary.
Insurrection.
Oh God, that's so good. So basically what we're saying is that all the Star Trek movies in the old days came out in December. November
for the
and
most part.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Back before they knew to do summer blockbusters.
2009 was the first one in a long time that came out in the summer, if memory serves.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of anniversaries. We've had several. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Shatnermas, though. We got Shatnermas today.
We've got a Merry Shatnermas.
I was watching the clips that you sent me with Sue last night, just shaking my head.
Aren't some of those awesome?
Mm-hmm.
There was one I was looking for the condensed version. I couldn't find it. He was in a movie. I think I have to look up the dates on this, but I think it was between seasons 2 and 3 of Star Trek, called White Comanche. And in it, he plays a dual role of a cowboy and a man who was raised by a Comanche tribe, and they're brothers who were separated. And I've got it. I mean, I found an old copy of it on DVD somewhere. I think I bought it on eBay, 10, 15 years ago. And it is one of the best Shatner performances of all time. If you're just rating it, if you're rating it on the Shatner scale.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Because there's the staccato delivery,
which he claims he doesn't do in one of your clips.
I know, two times over. He's trying to sound like a man who was raised by a Native American tribe, and then he's also got this sort of cowboy swagger on the other side. Oh my God. And at one point, I think I have to remember this. It's been a long time since I've watched it. Either the cowboy or the Comanche is captured, and they think is the other. I think it's the cowboy who's captured, and he's like, "You've got the wrong man. You've got the wrong man." And I just want him to go, "Spunk." That's the only one I wish I could find a clip of. That's like a Shatner staple.
Oh my God! I should find
White Comanche.
I should find a picture of him in that movie and put it in the album cover.
Oh yeah. Another great one is Kingdom of the Spiders.
I've never seen it. I've heard of it.
Oh, you've never seen it?
Nope.
You have to. You have to. It's so bad.
Oh my God! I've got pictures of him up here right now, and one of them in his Comanche garb. I might try to figure a way to get it in there.
It's amazing.
That's great.
If you've never seen it, I think the whole thing is on YouTube. To be honest, somebody ripped it and put it up there.
That's awesome.
But if you haven't seen it, it's well worth it.
All right.
You will laugh. Have a drink in your hand. You could play a drinking game.
Yes.
If you want to, but it is well worth the watch. If you as Shatner fans.
That's hysterical. I'll have to check it out.
You got the wrong man. I see that could be a hashtag this week.
I think that's a good idea.
This could be last week was the longest outtake ever. This could be the longest outtake ever.
And they're all sad stories and Shatner funny, so it kind of balances it out.
And there's another hashtag right there.
This is Cisco. I found something.
Then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see Alma Rain, you'll come with me. Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see Alma Rain, you'll come with me. Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see Alma Rain,
hello.
Come with me. Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain,
can you tell us where we are?
Alma Rain, if you can see.
Is there a way to leave?
Do you think we're supposed to do something?
Well, this is the first door that's open for us. I want to know where it goes.
Are you all right?
I'll be okay. Some kind of ionic field.
She goes right through it.
The panels on the floor. She steps on certain panels, which must allow her to go through the field.
If you can see, you'll come with me.
Watch this.
Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see Alma Rain, you come with me. Alma Rain, count to 4.
But I did everything she did.
No, Julian, you didn't.
I followed her footsteps. Exactly.
But you didn't say the rhyme.
Alma Rain, count to 4.
Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see. Alma Rain, you'll come with me. Come on, just say the rhyme.
Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see. Alma Rain, you'll come with me. Alma Rain,
Alma Rain, count to 4. Alma Rain, then 3 more.
Alma Rain, then 3 more. Alma Rain, if you can see. Alma Rain, you'll come with me.
Alma Rain, you'll come with me.